Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our Wednesday afternoon call. It's July 10th, 2 o'clock Eastern time. And this is a continuation of what we've been doing. You know, we haven't the Marketing is Freedom book that we are promoting and going to be promoting heavily. And last week we were going over that and we were looking at different people's websites to try to help them get traffic to their site. So again, everybody that is does not have Google AdSense and has been doing really great modifying all your pages. Now, you want to start making a floating page, which is the keyword of marketing is freedom. And then, you know, every week you can bring us everybody that develops a new page and looking to get Google AdSense, let us know. You know, this is an ongoing thing. So you can tell us every week and we'll take a couple minutes to jump on your page so you can start getting traffic, extra traffic. And so when you're applying for Google AdSense and they check out your website, they'll notice you're already getting traffic, which will be great for you. So to continue on with that, today we're going to have Larry Norvell teach you more about getting Google AdSense and the steps to go through. So take it away, Larry, please.
Thank you, Tom. Can
Thank
you hear me
you.
okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think I need host because I need to share my screen.
Well, you're co-hosted, so you should be able
Okay.
to. No, you should be able to share.
Okay. Okay, can everybody see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so some of you have already seen this, but I know there's quite a few of you out there that don't have Google AdSense. So we're going to go over some steps. It's a kind of a long read, but I'm going to try and go through it as fast as I can, but still be able to explain things. So, are you ready for Google AdSense? Give your customers or readers a reason to go to your PBS webpage. If your PBS reads the same as Rory's or Donna's or Tom's or mine, then you are not ready for Google AdSense. Read on and we can help you get Google AdSense in a shorter amount of time. Okay, so what is Google AdSense? Google AdSense is a free tool website owners use to place Google ads on their sites. This Google advertising tool connects you, the website owner, with advertisers so you can display ad content. So how does it work? When you register for AdSense, Google uses an ad auction system to place ads on your site. These ads are chosen based on your website's niche, as well as subjects that site visitors are interested in. Then in return for hosting Google Ads, Google will pay you a commission for each click the ads receive. Here's some helpful suggestions on getting Google AdSense. 1, make sure all of your pages are original, except for your affiliate disclosures page. Keep that original. All pages need to be checked through the plagiarism part of duplicchecker.com and be at least 97%. Some say it's 100%, but that could be impossible. So 97% original. After a while, you'll probably not need to use DupliChecker as you will get used to writing original content. Create a Contact Us page that is now required by Google. Get your example from 1f16.com. Do not publish any of these types of pages. No cruelty to animal pages, no gun or gun holster pages, nothing sexual in your PBS ever, nothing aimed at children 13 or younger in your PBS ever. Make sure you have no more than 3 items in your drop-down menu in each category on the left menu. Make sure your menu label corresponds to your pages. In other words, if you have a menu item that says activewear for women, make sure it points to a page that says activewear for women. Make sure you have no more than 90 items in your menu, which is a WordPress limitation. Make sure there's no mention of wine in your posts. Make sure there's nothing in your posts that says sale or savings. Also make sure there's nothing on your pages that say sell or savings. Place ads to get people to your PBS. Step 10, see 9 above, and step 11, see 9 above. So getting those ads and people to your PBS is one of the main things that Google wants to see, that people are visiting your pages. Change the date on each page to correspond to when you started working on them. Do not change the date afterward unless you are changing it back to the original date you started that page. Highly suggested is have your instructor check your PBS before you apply for Google AdSense. Now, category pages. Make sure your navigation is simple to use. Look at the menu to the left. Is it in alphabetical order? And in the drop-down menus are also in alphabetical order. So make sure all the headings are in alphabetical order as displayed here. Make sure the headings in your category pages are the same in your all things category pages. Make sure your all things category pages are written differently than your category page. Make sure all of your pictures have alt text attached to them as well as links. Okay, so individual pages. Make sure every single page has green SEO and green readability. Make sure the date is correct when starting a new page before publishing it. Have at least 2 pictures on each offer page. However, Google likes at least 3. Make sure you have at least 5 to 10 original pages in your PBS, such as recipes, stories about trips you have taken, what you love about your state, etc. Make sure you have at least 77 published pages, which may have changed by now, in your PBS. This is the bare minimum for our PBS, 67 pre-written and 10 original pages. General items. No scraped content on your PBS. See the definition of scraped content here. And all you have to do is click on here and it will take you to where it shows what scraped content is. No copyrighted material on your site. Do not put any music on your PBS, as the music is most likely copyrighted. You can put any YouTube videos that belongs to our affiliates as long as they agree for you to use their videos, or as they have agreed to let you use their videos. Do not use pictures that have watermarks. Use the broken links checker. Make sure to have no broken links. Make sure your links go to where you want them to go. E is crossed out, which was make sure to have response magic on your PBS and make sure it is working properly, which has changed, of course. Make sure you have the search bar on the home page and all other pages. Make sure you have the translate button on all pages. And make sure you have the PBS vortex on all pages. If you don't have the 3 steps above, let your instructor know. In YouTube, you want to subscribe and watch all the Google AdSense videos. They're very helpful. Once again, we talk about placing ads to get people to your PBS. After you apply, when you apply for Google AdSense, you will need to add the code that Google gives you to your PBS widgets. Add the code to the left content sidebar, right content sidebar, 3 times in each sidebar. Add the code 1 time to each footer. Place ads to get people to your PBS. Once again. Now you wait and wait and wait some more. When Google tells you it can take up to 6 to 8 weeks to get approval, it will take 6 to 8 weeks for approval or disapproval, whatever the case may be. Now, of course, these times are change all the time. It just depends on how busy Google is at approving or disapproving your website. Next step, relax. Then you can add new pages to your PBS during the wait time. However, make sure the page is complete before you publish it, or better yet, draft them until approval. Never, never, never click on ads that are in your PBS. Never, never, never ask your friends or family to check on the ads in your PBS. Google calls that fraud and will ban you for life. After you get Google AdSense, Google AdSense will send you a new code. You want to watch Rory's YouTube video, which I've bookmarked here, to see where to place your code. Place ads to get people to your PBS. Notice how this comes up so often. Placing ads because you want people getting to your website. That's the whole point of your website. Step 4, make money, be happy. Step 5, never break Google's rules or policies. This might get you banned, and worse, you might not get Google AdSense back. If you get denied by Google AdSense, if you apply all the above, you should get approved. However, if you are denied, don't get discouraged. I myself was denied 5 times. It was such a relief on my 6th try that I threw a party when I finally got approved. If you are denied, read why you were denied. Then go to the Google Help Center, as it will tell you why you were denied. They will not tell you specifically what is wrong. Yes, they will be general categories. Read everything that they say and apply what they say. Do not submit your site again for at least 2 weeks. Google wants you to see you working on your site. If you submit again too soon, Google will think that you didn't do anything to your site. Make sure you are not breaking Google policies. Read the Google Policy Center rules. Reasons Google will deny your website. Your Google AdSense account is not filled out. In other words, when you first apply, you have to enter things such as your full name, your address in the state that you live in, phone number with a country code and area code, your social security number, bank account that they pay you to. There may be others that they've modified since I wrote this, so fill it out completely. Google will send you a reason why it was denied, such as alcohol sale or misuse. Be aware, we do not sell wine. We promote a wine membership. They could deny you because of scraped content. All pages must be original. When you get a new PBS, change all the pages to your own words. Duplicate content. Make sure your category and all things category pages are different. In this example, the heading is cartoon animation cells, which we no longer do. But if you look at your all things arts and entertainment, still have cartoon animation cells, but see how they're all written differently. So that's what Google wants to see, is still the same headings, but written differently. See how they are different, but they say the same thing. That's what Google wants to see. There are personal items on your site. By personal, I mean experiences that you have had in your life. I wrote a page entitled Gone Fishing. It was about a time that I had in Boy Scouts and a football game in the mountains. I also wrote pages on recipes. Recipes are probably the easiest thing to write about because you already know what goes into them. I also wrote about the state I live in and what is cool about my state and why I like living here. Try not to write about your children, such as my child did this or my child did that, etc., especially if they are 13 or younger. However, you can write about your experiences with your children, such as I took my children to the zoo and they had their first experience at seeing penguins, hippos, etc. You should have at least 10 pages in your PBS. Google loves stories, stories about you, your recipes, your adventures, anything about your state that you have explored, military experiences, and the list can go on and on and on. Join the Google AdSense YouTube channel. Okay, this is the bottom of getting ready for Google AdSense and the beginning of AdSense policies, a beginner's guide. I'm not going to go through all of these. It's just a guide that you should at least watch the videos and know where the policy center is, things like that. So there's a whole bunch of links here about AdSense program policies, invalid clicks and impressions, how Google prevents invalid traffic, traffic sources, and Google AdSense has put together a little series of short videos to help with approval process. If y'all need to bookmark these, please. And then there's a Google YouTube channel that you can go to and subscribe. That will help you with all of your Google needs, AdSense needs, I should say. And that's that. So I'm going to place this into our chat here. And does anybody have any questions?
That was fantastic. The guide to getting Google AdSense, everybody should have that. And we'll have a link of that, right?
Yes, I'm putting it in right now.
Okie dokie.
If I can stop sharing here.
Yeah, everybody go to the chat after he puts it in, click on it and save it to your save it on your computer or to my drive.
Is there anybody in here that has applied and was denied? You can speak up.
How many
So-
people do we have that are just about ready to apply? Haven't had anybody lately. So hopefully you're getting there.
Letty, you said you were close to that, right?
But Regina is. Regina?
Yes, ma'am.
So Regina, have you already applied?
Yes, I've applied 4 times and got denied. So I'm still working on it.
So what are some of the reasons they told you that it's denied?
Low content.
Okay, low content. You need to put more personal pages in there.
Yes,
How
that's what
many-
I'm working on.
Yeah. Yeah, they want to see, like I said in the presentation, they want to see or read stories that you have to tell. So you want to tell it as a story, not as, fact or anything like that. Tell it
Right.
like you would tell your best friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna add some more recipe pages, but I'm gonna make YouTube videos too. That
Hmm.
way I can upload it to the video or the YouTube channel that I'm creating and put it on my page.
Right.
Excellent.
That's good. I did that, and they want to see the videos along with the stories. So if you're doing recipes, that would be the very best thing to do is take a video of it and put it on YouTube and then incorporate it into your page. Lori,
I just wanted, Donna was asked for if, if people were getting close or why there hasn't been a lot of people applying lately. And a lot of it was the holdup on the Vortex links. You can't apply for AdSense if the links aren't valid.
right.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
and that was a holdup for a lot of people. And then the other thing I just want to say, not at all trying to correct anybody, but this has been for a while now. When you get approved for AdSense, the link that AdSense gives you is not for you to place. Matt places that. And Matt is the only one that can place that after the code that you originally get to have them crawl it. Yes, you guys can place that one. But once you're approved, the code that the text file code that they give you is something that Matt has to place.
Right. I need to change that in their
I just want to
presentation.
be sure that we're not misleading people because
Right.
there's people here that are sticklers for what one person says and then somebody else says something and it's not the same. And I just want to make sure that we're, guys, when it comes to AdSense, it's something that Matt has to do. So
So,
heads up
Lori,
on that.
I have a question for you, Lori.
Yep.
Now, is that done through the CRM or is it still emailed to?
Have no idea at this point. It would be nice for Rory to clarify a bunch of this stuff in the CRM when it comes to support tickets.
Yeah, I was just going to ask the same thing, Larry, because, time went on and things have changed. And the code comes to us and then we send the code to Matt. And like Larry
Exactly.
said, he puts it, he activates it. Okay,
Right.
which is then putting it on our page.
Because
Let
it
me
has to be
see.
put at,
Let me see
it
if I
has,
can't get that verified before we
yeah,
get
it
off
has to
here.
be put at the core of the PBS code for AdSense to work. And that's not something that we do. That's something that Matt does.
Yeah,
However, when you first apply, the code that they give you for the crawl, for them to, assess your site, you guys can actually put that first code. But once you've been approved, the code they give you the second time around is something that Matt has to place. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew.
right, that should be updated, Donna, for, like you said, for clarification.
Yep, great info though, great info.
So in step 6, it still has that it goes to PBS1 at Brunette Marketing. So he may need to redo
Well, and I
that.
can tell you, I've always just done it on the Trello card, but we're not in Trello anymore.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I've had several students that have been approved for AdSense. So I'm not sure how they want us to do it yet. I would assume that we put in a ticket to Matt, but again, that's an assumption. So
And
if
also with
that
all the
clarified.
problems, we've had with CRM too,
Yeah, and
actually
guys, your
getting to
links,
them, tickets.
all of your links have to work. All of your pictures have to work. All of your navigations have to go to the right place. If they don't, you'll be denied.
Mhm. That's where your link checking comes in before you apply. Check for broken links and, links that go to the wrong place. Because there's been a lot of changes lately and we've been changing links too. probably all of us have something somewhere along the line that isn't good anymore. So it's always good to double check every once in a while, no matter how long you've been here, as to the backlinks, if you're have any broken links or not. It's just maintenance, you know? Any other questions with the people that are applying for Google AdSense or have been denied or have actually been approved recently? It took me 4 times before I got approved. But of course, we also had twice as many pages too to work on.
Wendy has a question.
Go ahead, Wendy.
I still have not got my links.
I just got mine like 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Well, Wendy,
So-
I'll tell you, Linda has been working like crazy on those. She's gotten almost 400 of the 500 done. So hang in there. Keep
Okay.
watching your staff card. That's where she usually is putting them now.
okay.
So keep a watch on it. And send her a thank you note when you finally get it, because she is working overtime trying to get those out, helping out.
Because I still have the old response magic on my pages.
Yeah, she'll get that fixed for you as soon as she gets to your name.
Okay.
And she's working like crazy on them. So a lot of them came out within the last couple days. So hang
Okay.
in there.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Regina?
My question is, since I'm still in the process of doing Google AdSense, do I just hold off on the marketing is freedom page for right now?
Well, actually, you know, it all depends on the direction that Rory wants us to take. He's developing that marketing is freedom advertising campaign for the book. And we just need to stay on the training calls on especially Tuesday night to see what he has to say. You can always do it and keep it in draft, you know, and then
Okay.
after, because, you know, Google doesn't check, you know, drafts, they only check what's published. So
Okay.
it's just a matter of you can still do it, you know, have everything prepared, and then after you get approved, and it's all a matter of timing, you know.
I just got a message back. So yes, you should send Matt a ticket with the AdSense code on it so that he can insert it.
Yeah, I just
So-
saw that. So
Using the CRM system for that, then.
yeah, you
Yeah.
put it under PBS technical support, tag Matt, and then it not automatically, but Donna, how do you say that? You select a selection that says, please provide me the contents of ads text file.
Mhm.
And then I was assume that you put in the contents of that text file.
Yeah, you copy
Right.
the whole thing and put it in.
Copy it and put it in the body at the bottom of that ticket.
Right.
Now, when you're doing that and you're setting up a ticket, it always comes up with your name as the assigned. You know, there's different places for your student's name, and then over on the right it says assigned. Should that stay our name, or should we change it to Matt?
Personally,
Um,
I keep that as assigned because I want to know that the ticket's been completed. I'll have them CC me as well.
But they're-
If it's something minor, you can have him contact the student directly. Just depends on what it is.
So right above the assigned ticket, it says tags, and you could put Matt's name as a tag.
Yeah.
And keep your name there. So you have your student's name, you have your name there, then you have his name up there. Now, when
And
that
I-
gets all done, we should get notification by Matt on our top right note symbol where it says notification, correct?
Usually.
I'm still
Um,
waiting to get everybody else's notification other than myself, my own.
I would also put AdSense code in the title. So that they know exactly, what that ticket's about.
Mhm.
I'm gonna share my,
Anybody else?
I'm gonna share my screen again here. And that's the way it should look.
Right.
So subject AdSense
Subject AdSense code.
code. And then over here, you can do a tag.
Yeah.
Okay, so Matt, you,
And underneath that is what I was referring to,
yeah,
assigned
you
ticket.
research to yourself,
Just leave it to ourselves because that way we'd get notification on it also.
right?
Yeah.
And then over here, PBS technical support.
Mhm.
And
And then the service over
I-
on the right.
the what?
Service
The service on the right.
on
Oh,
the right side.
yeah. So you would pick,
PBS needing technical support.
Issues needed. Right there.
but I picked something else here that automatically populated this down here. And I forgot what it was.
Don't forget to put in
Yeah,
the website URL.
right. So x.com. So that's how you would,
Yeah, and
you would do
preferably
it.
everything that pertains to that person in the ticket body underneath. Name and
Oh,
all that
yeah. In the ticket body,
underneath there.
I picked ads.text,
Ah,
and it populated down here with it.
okay. Awesome.
And that's it. So when it gets done, he would notify you through the notifications up here, correct?
Usually, it depends on what it is. Now, I don't know how the AdSense is working because I haven't had anybody apply recently
Right.
since the new system came out. Sometimes he leaves a note on the customer card. So I don't know. I couldn't swear to how he's going to notify you that it's been done. You can
So-
check. I think you could check the website, and you can tell. I think
Yeah, you'd
if
have
it's
to
been
go
added.
into widgets if he's done it.
Yeah, so you want to make a note of your people whenever you're submitting this so that you double check it in a couple days. Just like Donna just said, you can go to your student's card and check the bell for the notification. You can go to their website to check it to see if it's there. And you can go to your own card. I don't know, for like it says, the assigned ticket, you should get some type of notification too. So there's 3 different places you can check. Just, give it a couple days and then
Right.
check it. And then that'll be a learning experience for us all too, to see which one of the 3 places will we actually be getting. And Matt is still behind on stuff, so it may take some more time, but hopefully eventually all of this will get all updated and cleaned up and solidified so that we know exactly where things are going to be shown when we need to find it. But until then, I guess we would all have to take it upon ourselves to follow up on our people.
So Donnie, you think it's safe to do it this way instead of having the students send the
Yeah.
email to tech support?
I would, personally, I would send it to Matt through a ticket.
Okay.
Until I hear otherwise. I mean, that's what Linda verified just now, so. If I hear otherwise, I'll let you guys know. I'll update you all.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing here. Any other questions?
Nice
Was
job,
ever-
Larry.
Was everybody able to click on the link there here in our chat and get a copy of that?
Yes, sir.
All right, great.
I have a question. In the documents.
Yes, go ahead.
The presentation, it mentions that we're not supposed to mention the word wine on savings on the posts,
Right, on the
Right.
homepage.
in the homepage only.
Well, homepage for things like wine, gun holsters, but they don't want you to display anything on your homepage that
That is not
is
PG-13.
right.
Okay, but on the pages are okay, the offer pages.
Pages are
Yeah.
okay, but don't put words in like sell
Mhm.
or savings into any of your pages because they don't want to see you selling stuff. They think that you personally are selling something.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We want the people to know that our affiliates are the ones that are selling, not us.
Yeah, we promote, we don't sell.
Right.
Okay.
Hey Larry, just to follow up on that. So on my Savings Highway Global page,
Mhm.
I'm sure I have savings in there. Is that okay? Because we are marketing the Savings Highway Global product.
You can show them how they can get discounts by going to the particular page and checking it out. But helping them get discounts is not selling them the product themselves. You're giving them advice and building content. Now, is there still a special amount of words currently that needs to be on a page? 900, 700 in order to,
I think it's 500, but they like to see a few over 1,000.
so that
Lori,
hasn't
you're
really
the, Lori's
changed.
the AdSense expert here.
Okay,
So it
so
hasn't changed recently.
What's the minimum, Lori, now? She may not still be here.
Well, it's funny because like your recipe pages, are you going to write a 500-word essay about something that you cook? I don't know, but
Oh, there you go. Plus, the rule of thumb that used to be is if you have 900 words, it's like a picture to every 300 words. If you want a rough guesstimate about the pictures that you were mentioning about pictures, Larry. That used to be the rule and probably is still a good rule of thumb.
is what now?
A picture for every 300 words.
Yeah. They like to see at least 3 pictures on whatever your page look is.
Yeah,
But
so in order for, remember, we market by content. So if there's 3 pictures and there's not much content, then the ratio is reversed and that isn't good either. That's why if you're going to put 300, think of it as a picture for every 300 words. It makes it spaced out more aesthetically.
yeah.
I was thinking it
So-
was one picture per 500 words. But Connie,
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about recipes.
I know that recipe pages can be really short, but what I've been doing is some of my students like recipe pages. I ask them to write, get some information on what they're writing about the dish, get some history on it, or tell us how you got this dish and where did it come from, and so giving background on the recipe itself
Personal
makes it
experience.
even
Yeah.
that much better, I think.
Right. Personal experience,
Exactly.
family experience, what your ups and downs were if you're making that particular recipe, the fun you had using your children, for
And people get
holidays or
substitutions,
whatever.
too. I'm sorry, Tom. People
I'm-
like substitutions too, on how to substitute things in your
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
your recipe.
Right.
Hey, Tom, just to go back to my original question. So are you suggesting that on the Savings Highway Global page, instead of saying something like see our incredible savings, I should say discounts, maybe?
Yeah, I check for possible discounts
Okay,
because Google likes us to be a place for valuable information rather than sales, right? That's what they want to see,
okay,
that you have reputable information on your website. So
okay,
There's different ways of saying sale, like helping you spread your money, getting more for your money,
right. So just not the word savings.
preferably.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Thank you. Thanks, Donna.
you're welcome.
That's where a good thesaurus comes in.
Yeah, for sure. Parrish?
Hey Donna, I'm glad I'm talking to you. I deleted Katie Lux like you said, and I was just wondering, is there any ideas what we should do with that sports section then on our main menu?
The sports section on your main menu. You can, well, who's got some ideas? What are some of the things you guys have substituted for it?
Well, remember, you
I
can
think-
always get things out of SHG.
Yes,
Yeah.
There's everything
Okay,
there.
and that's good
That's-
circular marketing right there, so.
sounds good. I'll do it. Thank you.
I've
Connie?
also added in my sports section, some reference to the fact that even your homeschool child can participate in the community sports and kind of give them a direction over to brain food with it.
Awesome.
Or
I did
even,
the
brain food.
protein popcorn, because when you're in sports and you're working out, they're always wanting a quick snack, but having that extra protein is always good.
Yeah,
Mhm. Also brain for extra energy.
absolutely. See, you guys are doing good with your circular marketing these days.
Just
So
have to
that's
use
one
your
of the,
imagination. Think out of the
Yeah.
box.
well, that's one of the reasons that we don't use brand names on our pages. So that if something does get pulled, like Katie Lux, you're describing the product in a general fashion that so if it does get pulled, you can adapt it really easily to something similar. It'll be easy to substitute something else on that page without having to rewrite the whole thing. Just make sure that you deactivate your Katie Lux links if they're still there.
And for Katie Lux, I removed the links and made it a floating page because I have advertisement out there for it. So I decided that you're still getting people coming into that page to your website, but it's not on my website where somebody can just go to it and see no links on the page.
Exactly. Great idea.
But if they click on that link, it's going to go nowhere. So you want to take your link off of it.
Yeah, I did take the links off, but having no links on a page, sometimes people are like, how do I get it?
Yeah, floating. That's the way to never send it back to draft. Because for
Oh,
that
but-
reason, Connie.
At least you're still getting
Advertising.
traffic.
Right.
Yeah. So
Anybody
anybody
else?
make a new marketing is freedom page since last week? No.
Nope. How many people have gotten a new team member in the past week? Nobody?
Hey, Donna, I have two.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great news. Anybody else?
Thanks, Stephen.
Steven? Awesome. Way
I
to
brought
go.
my daughter in over the weekend.
Good. We're growing. Rebecca, your team is going crazy. That's awesome.
I want them to go crazy growing.
Well, we need to go over, I've seen a lot of people with lots of hours and not any conversions yet. So we need to really go over the basics for BRTs, I think, and make sure that you're not spending too much time talking, that you're listening, doing more listening than talking, and get them right into the Keystone video. And right from there, get them to order. But don't ask them if they want to order, say to get started, here's what you need to do. So take charge of that conversation and guide them through until they get it on order and that you get connected with them on WhatsApp or Skype or wherever you decide to do your instructions. Anybody have any questions on that right now? Make sure that you all are on the Thursday 5 o'clock meeting Central Time. If you're doing a V-marketing, you need to be there.
Yep.
And it's just, it's just a matter of, it's a numbers game. So the more you do, the better you're going to get at it. But if you're spending 25, 30 hours a week doing calls and you're not getting any conversions yet, then we need to figure out how we can help you tweak it, whatever you're doing, so that it's more effective. And there's loads of people here that can help do that. So speak up on Thursdays if you're one of those people, so that we can figure out what's happening. Because there's quite a few, couple handfuls. And if you're not going to the V-marketing training, then I can almost guarantee you that you are not going to improve that situation. So make sure that you come and bring us some issues that you have so we can help you fix it.
Donna, I got a question.
Sure.
I'm doing well. I'm like scheduling 5 BRTs a day.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sending them the confirmation email. I've tried to do, address the posture of, my schedule fills up. So if for any reason you do need to reschedule, it could be next week type reference, not necessarily in those words.
Right.
And they're still ghosting me.
All right. Well, here's a suggestion. Now, when I do a BRT, they're not going to get off the phone until we've gotten through the Keystone and the order situation.
Right. I
There's
can't
no,
even get it to
there's
show
no,
up for the
there's
BRT.
no sending them a Keystone link and have them watch it. and
Right.
Get
No,
back
I'm
together,
what I'm
because you'll never
sending them
get,
is the
you'll
what
never
I'm
get
sending
it.
them is the confirmation for the appointment when we're not able to do the BRT at that time, like they're at work, they're in the car. And so I've scheduled the BRT. I send them the canned confirmation of appointment, and I text them like an hour or so before the appointment to remind them of the appointment. And I make the phone call and it goes to voicemail.
That's all you can do, man. The same thing
Yeah.
happened to me. I had confirmation like an hour before the call. They said yes. I called and no answer.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, you know,
That's it. That's exactly why. I mean, if they're in the car, unless they're willing to pull over for about 5 minutes, then, there's nothing you can do about that. But if there's any way possible, I don't let them off the phone, because once you let them off the phone, it's kiss goodbye.
Yep. Okay.
a lot of them hang up on you and you can't do anything about that anyway.
Oh,
But
a hang
just
up doesn't
still-
bother me. It's when they say, yeah, I'll be here and they're not, I want to go hit them. But
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's why I don't let them off the phone, because if you set an appointment with him, I can almost 99% of the time guarantee you're not gonna get that sale.
And then the other thing I thought I'd do is go back. It happened a lot the last week of June. I don't know what was happening the last week of June, but I had like 18 appointments and nobody answered the phone. What I thought I'd do is go back and look and see what time it was I called and call them at a different time. And say, hey, I was just going back and realized that, we never got on the phone together.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know if
always
that's-
good. Make sure you always send a 3 text and the email
Oh, yeah,
and
everybody,
have
yeah,
all of that. And then that would be an excuse when you call them back the second or third time. You say,
Yeah,
I'm
make sure you
verifying
got
that you
the-
got the email
got
with
the
the
book.
ebook and calling to see if you read it yet and if you're ready to move forward.
Yeah, okay, I think I'll do that and see what happens.
The thing is, when you get back to people, what you want to do is always give them something, not just getting back to them. And Rory says, I'm catching up with you. You can use that term also.
Yeah,
But-
and send me the audio in case you're too busy to hear to sit and read.
Yeah,
Which
just don't
what I
send them
usually
the
do.
Keystone video.
No, they don't get the Keystone unless I'm sitting there anymore. I won't even let them watch it on their phone anymore and me call them back.
Hmm.
No, no,
It's just, that doesn't work either.
no, it doesn't.
So.
It really doesn't. I just
kinda
tell them
whittling
I'm
down
gonna
what does and doesn't work.
I just tell them I'm gonna stay on the line so that when you're done, I can answer any questions you have and move you forward.
That might be something you might ask. Stacy Southward I've listened to her sometimes and she'll get them they're on their phone, they're watching the video and she's able to stay on the line with them. And I don't know how she does that. So if she could give us a quick tip on that at some point, that'd be great.
There's no problem with that. They can watch their video without hanging up.
I think
Yeah,
that works on
usually-
iPhones. With Android phones, it doesn't allow them to do that, I think.
Yeah, my Android doesn't do it.
Oh, really?
And more times than not, the connection isn't good. I've lost people, I don't do it that much anyway, but when I used to, they couldn't watch a video and talk to you at the same time, do 2 things at the same time. Their phone wouldn't handle it.
Yeah.
So I always say, and then when they say, well, I don't have time now, why don't you send it to me and I'll watch it and then get back to you. And I say, really, I don't want to do that because I want to make sure I'm on when you're watching it, because when it's over, I like you to tell me the things you like best about it, and it'll still be fresh in your mind, so you can tell me right away.
Yeah.
And that way, that's an excuse for not sending them the Keystone video.
Exactly.
Hey,
Regina,
oops.
hang on, Regina, go ahead.
I done 6 BRTs today. One I called tomorrow to get them started, but the other 5, they said that they are looking for a job and they're not interested.
Okay, well,
And-
a lot of people are doing that right now. A lot of people are getting laid off and getting their businesses are closing. I would just tell them that this is a great option. If you change your mind, please give me a call back. Make sure they have your phone number, because chances are they're going to have a hard time finding something, and they're going to be looking for something in the near future. So don't close the door on it.
Yeah, and you can
That's,
tell
that's
them,
what I use Rory as Plan B.
Yeah.
I tell them that's, you
Mhm.
know, I can understand that you need to do that and I can see why you need to do it. But I'd also encourage you to work on a Plan B, and this is the best Plan B out there.
Mhm.
That's my new line
Exactly.
for that.
and
There
in
you go.
addition, you can tell them, hey, multiple income streams are better than one, right? So even if you do have a job, which we say just over broke, ha ha ha, then you'll have this and you can balance it, and you'll be getting income from different places, from your job and then from here too.
That's right.
You're always working to help them. You always want it to come across that you're doing them a favor. You're giving them something that's important to them. You know what I'm saying?
Winston has a question here.
I think Lynn had a question first. If he wants to go,
Oh,
I don't
Lynn.
want.
That's right, Lynn.
Oh, thanks, Winston. Donna, I
What
had a
happened?
scenario where I lost a PBS because the lady's debit card would not go through, right? And we got on a call 3 times. And the last time she even mentioned, I don't know why this card doesn't like you. Maybe this is a scam. So I had to talk her out of that. And then I scheduled a 4th call. And she has not picked up since the 3rd call.
Hmm.
The problem
But
was she was using the debit card, and for some reason it was coming back as invalid transaction.
Okay. I tell people before they put their card information in, if they have something other than a debit card, to use that, because what happens sometimes, banks that provide debit cards do not allow automated payments on those. So those payments that are automated will not go through.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
I did
that
ask her about
happens,
the credit.
that
So
happens a lot.
yeah, she didn't have a credit card. So
And
I guess my question is, in a case like that, all right, the customer doesn't have a credit card, they don't have PayPal, so they can't link it to PayPal. Is there any other way we can get that payment?
What they need to do is sign up for PayPal and link that card to it. And that should take care of it right there.
Okay.
I mean, sometimes it'll go through faster other in PayPal than it will without PayPal, as far as debit cards go. Sometimes they absolutely have to call the bank and see if they can get permission to let that go through.
Yeah, and we went through that. She said she went to the bank the 2nd time. It was just
and
one
what
of
the
those.
banks say.
She said the bank said it's okay, the card is okay, there's nothing blocking it, and they had even given her a new card.
Huh.
Unless
Yep.
there's some type of technical issue, it's the card, not triple R 247. That's the problem. So there could be an issue there in between.
No, she says she can pay everything else. She's like, the card doesn't like you because you're the only one that is rejecting. But anyway.
I would get on a screen share with her, Lynn,
Mhm.
and see if you can spot anything that she's doing differently.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
that, I mean, we have thousands, and that's very seldom that ever happens.
Okay. I
It
will
does
still try
happen.
to, yeah, I will still try to call her again. She hasn't been answering my calls. I think she think I'm scamming her at this point.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Thanks, Donna.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Tom.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
for
need
sure.
it.
Ay, ay, ay.
Winston.
Yeah, so I guess you and I could have talked about this, Tom, but since it's your meeting, I thought I'd ask. So I'm working on in the Vortex. Instead of using Google Voice, I started using the PBS. I've had 3 messages that said aren't unread and I can't get to them. But then as I was texting a couple students today, they replied, stop. I didn't even know that was an option. So what do I do in the event of stop? Do I put it in the notes that they
Oh,
said
yeah.
stop and put them back in the lead pool, or?
Yeah,
what I'm
well, you put, remember, you're gonna make notes of everything, no matter what the comments are. And if
Right.
they say stop, yeah, you just copy it and put it in your, their customer card, let's call it. And,
the note
just
taking.
unassign yourself.
Okay, that's what I did. I wasn't sure if that was the right thing to do. But then as far as when you go into the PBS Vortex and it shows the SMS and the leads and all that, next to my SMS, it says I have 3 unread messages. But I went through all 25 of the students I reached out to, and there is no response message on there. So why is it showing that I have 3 unread?
Well, last night Rory said that it's been updated so that all the latest SMS leads that come back to us will be on top, which is cool. My question that I didn't have a chance to ask anybody is, do we have to keep loading it, the CMS, in order to get the latest information? Because it doesn't come up. Like if I'm sending something to anybody, it takes a while before it comes up on the CMS screen. But if I reload it, then it comes up. But it's been taking so long to reload. Last night he said everything is like 1,500 times faster. Well, not SMS.
Maybe for him.
That's still real
I know
slow.
that they're still working on it, so
Okay.
that could be part of the issue.
But everything should rise to the top when you get a response. You shouldn't have to go down the list. And
Well, no, I was trying to find out because, like I said, I go back into the leads and it shows all the ones that I have. And
Right.
it'll show the response from the ones that responded. Like after I sent text 2, that's when 2 of them said just stop. So I'm like, okay, I put it in the note, stop, put them back into the lead pool. But then it keeps saying I have 3 unread SMS messages. And I went through all of them, even going by text, and there are no messages that are unread in there. So I'm wondering, why does it keep coming up with that? Is it an error?
Even
Am I
after
missing
reload
something?
it?
Do I need to go somewhere else? Yeah, I've done that twice.
Yeah.
Did you clear your cache and shut down your computer and restart everything?
I didn't do that this time, but I know Tom and I did that about last week because my cache was completely full. I had so much crap
Honestly,
in there.
guys, you should be doing that every night. Clear everything out, shut down your computer when you're not using it, and then restart it fresh in the morning, because that old cache is what's causing a lot of problems, a lot of issues for people. So just get in the habit of doing that every night.
I have to clear it. I shut it off every night. I don't like having
Yeah.
my stuff during the night, but yeah, I'll do that. Thank you.
Also,
welcome.
Winston, did you check the unanswered in the SMS?
Yes, I keep clicking on it. And you're talking about when you go in and it shows customer leads and answered and unanswered. Yeah, and it doesn't show anything in there, but it's still, I'm getting back in here now. It's still showing that I have 3.
Well,
and I go in
remember,
and answer unanswered, it doesn't show anything.
yeah, well, just keep putting all your notes in the cards, like sent text 1 and say
Oh,
text
yeah.
2, got a reply. Just, cover yourself with everything that you've seen, no matter where you've seen it. Go all the way back to the customer's card, take it from the SMS and put it in the customer's card, the notes there. So everything is just there.
Oh, so I need to copy the whole text from the customer and put them into the notes card as well, instead of just saying
Yeah.
step 1, step 2, customer
Yeah.
said stop.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do
Whatever.
that.
Yeah. Just it's a duplication, but still, right now in the infancy of the CRM, you want to be able to cover both areas, constantly go back and forth. Eventually, I think they said it would be synergistic, where if you put in one, it'll populate the other. I'm not seeing that, so just to cover myself, I'm copying it from the SMS and putting it in the CRM. The
Okay.
notes on the customer.
I would always
Remember,
put it in notes. Yeah.
Go ahead, Donna.
I would always make a note in the customer card.
Okay. Yeah, I put a note in there, but I didn't know I needed to put the text that I sent in that card as well, but I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
The more
you.
information you can put on that card, the less problems it will have in the future.
CYA, so I will do it.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Got it.
I have a question. I can't find my, to raise my hand.
Yeah,
Okay, Tuesday, uh, somebody mentioned about while writing your notes and all that, or writing anything on the CRM, then it will just reset on you. And I've noticed that a lot of times also, like why can't they do it like the bank while you're doing something inside your bank site, they won't log you out. But then if you are inactive for so many minutes, then they log you out. Can't they do that on the CRM also? Like maybe 2 minutes not active, then
Yeah,
but then even though you're typing, they will renew and reset on you. And then because you're in the middle of your sentence and you didn't save it yet, then it
you lose
disappears.
the whole thing.
yeah,
I
that's
wanted
what he
to
was
tell
talking
Rory
about.
last night
Mhm.
that it happened to me in the middle of a telephone call. I was talking to the
Yes,
guy. He was on the Keystone
exactly.
video. It was going good.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden the whole thing disappeared. I'm talking, I'm listening.
It happened to me too.
I had to
So
call him back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, time's out, which I wish they would be able to double that time or have unlimited time there, but
but while you're using it, they can, disable the times out.
yeah,
Because if
that
you're on the
happened to me a
phone with
couple
them,
times yesterday. I had to rewrite the notes back
Mhm.
in, try to remember what I was writing. Well, that's always good that's why when it does come to notes too, always have a notepad, write things down there. Then if this happens, then you can always reference your
Exactly.
notepads and put it in the notes online.
yes, they'll get it better.
Yeah.
I'm also doing an Excel sheet when I'm calling people. I take the information from the leads and I put it on my sheets, my my Drive sheet, and I have everything. I'm keeping track there. I've got like a dozen books and everything I'm writing in there, but now if we're doing 100, when we're doing 100, I figured, well,
Takes time.
that's going to be taking up a lot of pages on my book. So I'm going to, do it online now. And then I can always go back there. I'm setting up different columns. I've still been working on it even this morning. But you may want to think about doing that too. As far as the notes go, do you still need your notepad to write on it, and then you can easily, because when you're writing down, taking notes, listening from people, you're doing it sporadically and misspelling, and you're doing it here, there, and everywhere. At least I am, and then when you take it from your notepad to put it on your note in the customer's card, then you can rewrite it so that it looks legible.
And if it disappears, then you still have the information.
Yeah. Because if you try to save it in the middle of all your notes, which you can do, then you have to finish a new note section to finish the rest of it.
Yeah.
Which is
We'll
okay,
let you
but
go back in and edit it.
kind of split up. Yeah.
You get a little pink flag to the top right, or yellow. Anyway, when it's about to reboot. And so what I do is hit save right then. And then I'll let it reboot. I go back and find the person and I just go into edit the note and finish it there.
Oh, I haven't even noticed the flag.
Where's that?
While you're typing, where the little thing that comes across that said you updated the you get a little green
on the right hand side. Yeah.
Yeah, on the upper right hand side, you're going to get some. I can't remember what it says. It has nothing to do with we're about to regenerate the page, but it'll come up when I'm doing my notes, and I'll just either hit save or I just copy it as fast as I can, because it's about 15 seconds after that flag comes up that it regenerates.
Yeah, I'm doing the notes and I get everything done, and then I click save, and then that yellow box comes up with XLZ dot blah 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 error.
Yeah, that's it.
And then that means it's already timed out, so you can't even save it at that point, because it would have saved it already before that box came up. right?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gotten really fast. It's just when I see it out of the corner of my eye, what I do is I hit save and I copy, just grab my mouse and copy what I've got in there and hang on to that. So far, I've had good luck with that.
Hopefully they'll get all that timing,
Yeah,
hopefully soon.
we need a
Mhm.
little more,
Corrected.
a little more timing.
Well, I think he will, because he got the message last night. He was talking about that.
Mhm.
So that's on his list, I'm sure.
Bless his heart.
For his book of lists.
You just have to be attentive to what you're doing, just in case, and have in the
Yeah.
back of your mind, if it goes blank, what do you do? Or if it disconnects, or if you lose your internet or whatever, you just want to just make sure you have everything like backed up.
I like your idea about the sheet. I think what I'm going to do is maybe just pull up a Google Doc sheet and then type in there. And then that way, if it does reboot, all I got to do is copy it out of the sheet and paste it in. It's not like I got to keep a fancy sheet or anything.
Yeah, I
just the way-
wasn't doing any notes. I was just,
Well, I will have to say that before, when we were in Trello, that was a big no-no. But I have heard him say, take note of the name or do this or that. So just remember, don't use those names or anything for anything other than what we're doing. I don't know who or what that is, but
I think that's my call coming in. I got to go, guys.
okay.
Okay, thank you, Kathy. That was great. Wasn't this a super session? Larry was
Yeah.
awesome. Information was very valuable. Great questions. We're not through. If you have other questions, please bring them forth now while we got everybody here.
I have a quick question. It's about the PBS. I'm working with 3 different students and they're working on their biohacking page. And for some reason, there's 2 of the little product videos that stay open in the preview way. And then there's 3 that keep going back to HTML. And even though I have them change it to preview and to update, and I watch them do that, it keeps reverting back to the HTML on, I think, 3 or 4 of the little mini videos. So
Well, if it's in your administrative page, right? Where they do the editing.
right in the WordPress, yeah.
You always, on your website.
Right.
Yeah, you always want to leave it in HTML anyway.
But
when you
when
leave
we
the
look at-
page, you want it
Then the
everything in HTML instead of
When-
the video.
But when you preview it, it's also in HTML. You can't see the video preview.
Okay, well, maybe they're not putting it in the HTML block, and maybe they're putting it in the paragraph block. In which case they'll see the HTML instead of the video. Make sure it's put in the HTML block.
Okay.
And there's no need to edit it, so it doesn't need to be in preview on that page, really. They're not doing anything with it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hopefully that corrects it. I think that would be the only reason why, if you previewed the page and it shows up with the HTML, that's the only reason why I'd show the HTML.
Yeah.
Because it's put in the paragraph block and not the HTML block. Good question. Good.
Yeah. It was a good question.
Very educational session today. It's 3:27, folks. Anything else you want to go over? We're in a, I'm still recording this. Isn't it recording? Yep, I see it up there. Why don't we stop recording? And if there's anything else, we'll talk about it and then we will call it a day here. Okay, so let's.
So
Thank you
someone
for
was
coming.
calling me and I missed it and I don't know who's calling.
Okay, you take care, folks.